Fundamental movement skills are movement patterns that allow us to participate in more specialised, complex activities such as sports. In this video, I'll be focusing on the fundamental movement skill, the kick, which is to be performed by the laces, so on the top of the foot. According to the Victorian Fundamental Movement Skills Manual, introduction of the kick should be at the age of around 5 to 6, so prep, and should be mastered by the age of 9 or 10, grade 3. When teachers are to assess their students, they are to follow the 7 performance criteria that the Victorian Fundamental Movement Skills Manual have provided. These are 1. Eyes are focused on the ball throughout the kick. 2. Step forward with the non-kicking foot placed near the ball. 3. Bend the knee of the kicking leg during the backswing for the kick. 4. Hip extension and knee flexion of at least 90 degrees during preliminary kicking movement. 5. Contact the ball with the top of the foot. 6. Forward and sideward swing of the opposite arm to the kicking leg. 7. Kicking leg follows through towards the target after ball contact. In this video, I'll be using my non-preferred foot, so my right foot, to perform a kick with the top of my foot or the laces. As you can see throughout the sequence, there are a number of mistakes which need to be improved. I'll now go through the positives and negatives in my technique in closer detail with these screenshots. As you can see, my eyes are focused on the ball throughout the whole kick. My non-kicking foot isn't placed right next to the ball. Prior to making contact with the ball, you can see that my leg hasn't flexed more than the required 90 degrees and my hip extension isn't adequate enough to meet the performance criteria standards. The Victoria Fundamental Movement Skills Manual instructs that the skill is to be completed by contacting the ball with the laces, and as you can see in this screen grab, my foot is making contact with the instep of my foot. Post contact with the ball sees my leg extend enough to meet this performance criteria, and it is a good follow through. In order to improve my technique, I took part in 2 simple activities over a 2-week period that will assist me in mastering the kick on my non-preferred foot. For my first activity, I will aim to improve my approach to the ball, so this will mainly focus on some aspects of the performance criteria such as maintaining eye contact with the ball throughout the approach, placement of my non-kicking foot, making contact with the laces of my shoe, flexion of the knee and extension of my hip. My second activity has 2 parts. Part 1 is a basic walking approach towards the ball, where I will aim to make a successful accurate kick to a partner who is 20 metres away. To increase the difficulty, I will increase the distance between myself and my partner to provide more of a challenge. Part 2 sees me have more of an aggressive approach, where I'll have a short run up where I aim to complete the whole range of performance criteria successfully and still maintaining an accurate kick to my partner. After the 2 weeks, I can see a vast improvement in my kicking. My non-kicking foot is now placed perfectly next to the ball, greater flexion at the knee and better hip extension, contacting the ball with the top of the foot, good forward and sideward swing with my opposite arm to my kicking leg, and kicking leg is